Hello everyone and welcome again to our IELTS preparation course. Now you've probably been preparing for the IELTS exam for quite a while already. So how does it feel now? Do you feel like you're kind of more confident and readier for the exam now? If not, then think about what your drawbacks and weak sides could possibly be. What can you do to actually cope with them? And now, refresh your memory and try to remember some of the useful tips that you learned from the previous lesson. Think about how they can help you do IELTS exercises successfully. Done it? Good. Let's move on. In listening sections 1 and 3, the speakers are often trying to make a decision or reach an agreement. Today, we're going to talk about identifying opinions. Identifying the speaker's opinions can help you to answer the questions correctly. So now, let's try to do that.
Now you're going to do a listening task. Before you do that, have in mind the following. Be ready to identify different sorts of speakers' opinions. In listening sections 1 and 3, in order to reach a decision, you will hear the speakers make suggestions, agree, disagree, or try to persuade each other. Keep looking at the list of options. For matching tasks like this, the topics in the questions will be discussed in the same order as they are listed. But you will hear the different options in the box in a random order. As you listen, you need to keep looking at the list of options. Listen to radio stations in English. Search online for national radio stations from the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. These often have programs that discuss topical issues, and you will hear people suggesting ideas and discussing possible solutions. This is useful for listening section 3. Analyze and assess suggestions that you're hearing. In listening sections 1 and 3, you will often hear people discussing a problem, suggesting solutions, and then reaching a decision. A discussion like this might focus on the advantages and disadvantages of each suggestion. Be ready to follow the discussion. Sometimes the speakers may need to decide on what action to take. A discussion like this might focus on the reasons why one course of action is necessary or important. And now, listen and complete the task.
Recording 25.
Right, let's organise our presentation on the new science equipment, shall we?
Yes. I'm a bit worried it's overly long. We only have 10 minutes.
Why don't we go through each section then?
OK. What about the introduction? I think that's OK.
It's not very exciting.
I don't think we should cut any of it, though.
Of course, and we can still do it the same way, but maybe we should bring along some actual equipment.
Great idea. That would help grab their attention. Now, next we look at the benefits of this technology. We've got plenty about that.
I agree. In fact, some of the ones we've chosen are pretty obvious, I think. Perhaps we could leave some out.
Agreed. And that would save some time.
Yes. Now, when it comes to the negatives, I'd like to propose something a little different.
I like that section. It's always enjoyable hearing about technology going wrong.
Well, we've got a few thought-provoking quotes from people who've encountered specific problems. And we were planning on just reading them out, but I think we should video them and play the recording instead.
Oh, that would be better. And if we use a variety of media, I think we'll get a higher mark.
Yes, That's what I was thinking.
OK, let's give it a try. Now, what about the conclusion? Should we include something else? It's pretty short at the moment.
Yes, but I think that's okay. There's not much more to say, really. We've already verified all our sources, so I don't think there's anything else left to...
The texts in the reading passage gradually become more difficult. They may present contrasting points in an argument or explain a complex theory. All reading passages contain cohesive devices to help explain how the ideas are connected together.
Now, skim read the passage below. Before you do that, have in mind the following. Study all aspects of language. There are several ways of linking ideas in a text. Remember, it is important to study all aspects of language when preparing for the IELTS exam. As you read through longer, complex passages, try to be aware of how the ideas are connected. This can also help improve your writing. Be ready to identify theories and opinions. Many academic texts contain the theories or views of different people or experts. Direct quotations are easily recognized by quotation marks, but a person's views or ideas can also be referred to indirectly. Get familiar with some international newspapers and magazines. Look online or find out if your local library has copies of international newspapers and magazines. Read the education, health or science sections of newspapers such as The Times, The Guardian, The Australian, The New Zealand Herald, The New Yorker, and The Washington Post for reports on academic studies. And now, skim read the passage. And now, complete the following exercises.
In today's speaking, we are going to talk about checking, correcting, and assessing.
Now you're going to watch a video and try to understand what people are talking about. Before you do that, have in mind the following. Feel free to ask for help in the interview. Listen carefully to the examiner's questions to make sure that you answer them fully and appropriately. Don't be too shy to ask for help in the interview if you need it. Check your pronunciation. If you are unsure which individual sound you are saying incorrectly, try reading a short passage from an IELTS book aloud and asking another student to write down what you say. Are there any words or sounds that they have difficulty understanding? Or record yourself and listen back. How easy is it to write what you hear? Imitate the rhythm of native speakers. A good way to practice intonation and fluency is by copying the rhythm of native speakers. Choose a recording from the listening section and play it at a low volume. Read aloud from the script and try to keep the same time and intonation patterns as the speaker on the recording. Record your speaking. Record yourself being interviewed on video if possible and try to assess your own performance. Decide which areas you need to work on and improve. And now, watch 5 extracts from different interviews and decide which of the problems each candidate is experiencing. There may be more than one possible answer.
Okay, let's go on and think about attitudes towards helping other people. Some people don't want to help other people. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know, but I think that the main attitude is help.
Yeah.
People tend to help each other.
Maybe they've had a bad experience or...
Yeah, it may be that sometimes you had a bad experience in which you felt really bad and nobody helped you, and now you don't feel ready to do it with the peoples. But
Right.
I think that by the way, you should always try to be helpful, because you can't base your attitude on a past experience.
Let's go on and think about jobs that involve helping people. Can you tell me some of the jobs that focus on helping other people?
Well,
What kind of jobs? Caring jobs.
yes, I think the first of all, it's in the hospital, nurses,
right.
doctors. They help people to become healthy again.
Do you think that some people deserve help more than others?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, do you think that some people deserve help more than other people?
Yes, for example, poor people, they need a lot of attention and a lot of time to be with, and on the other hand, rich people don't really need attention. I mean, with the money they can do whatever they want. So some people deserve to be more
More help
on
than
the
others,
light
yeah.
of
Okay.
yeah.
Well, what sort of qualities does a person need to work in that sort of job?
You mean to become a doctor or to?
Not qualifications, but what kind of person makes a good nurse or a good doctor?
I think he or she should be very kind, tolerant, and cooperative.
What different types of writing do you do? For example, letters, emails, reports, or essays?
For the university? I don't write much, only essays for the university, and sometimes letters to my family and friends, and emails too.
In today's writing, we are going to learn how to improve your score. What you really need to know about writing is that your answer will be assessed based on the following criteria. First, task achievement. Does your letter answer all the parts of the question? Are all your ideas relevant? Second, coherence and cohesion. Are your ideas well organized, clear, and well connected? Third, lexical resource. Have you avoided repeating the same words and copying words from the question? And fourth, grammatical range and accuracy. Have you made few grammatical mistakes and shown a wide range of grammatical structures?
Before you do a writing task, have in mind the following tips. Read carefully the information in the exam task. The information in the exam task will tell you what to write about. To achieve a good task achievement score, include all of these points in your letter and only include relevant ideas. To improve your score for coherence and cohesion, use the information in the exam task to help plan and organize your ideas. Study the academic writing sections of some IELTS preparation book for extra help with improving coherence, cohesion, and accuracy. Choose correct tenses. To help with your tenses when you're writing, remember that you're writing in the present about something that happened in the past, has happened recently, is true now, or is happening now will happen in the future, or you would like to happen in the future. Leave at least 3 minutes at the end to check your writing, check your spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Use vocabulary correctly, avoid grammatical mistakes. Your writing will be assessed for grammatical and lexical accuracy. This means using vocabulary correctly, not making grammatical mistakes, and using the correct spelling. Learn from your own mistakes. Make a note of any words you often spell incorrectly and study them often. Writing the words out many times can help you to learn the spelling. And now, complete the following task.